Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Overwatch video. This one's a little bit different. I'm not going to be specifically commentating over a certain match. You might see a bunch of different pieces of footage from here. I'm going to clip it together and see if there's any cool stuff that I haven't published yet. But today I really wanted to talk about burnout with Overwatch. So you can get kind of burnt out on like playing one character. For example, I played Junkrat, and I played him the most. I mean, I like him. I play other characters, obviously, as you see on the channel. But I play a lot of Junkrat, and I think I have like, I don't know, 8 or 10 hours on him maybe. And like he's a really cool character and he's fun, but you know, I obviously want to play different characters. He's not useful all the time. And I find that it's hard to switch because I feel like I'm not being very useful, and I don't really want to go back to Junkrat because I'm getting tired of him, and it's just tough because it feels like I'm being like punished for playing a new character because I'm at a point now where I'm high enough level that a lot of the people on the other team or even on my team are experienced enough to know how to like kind of counter, at least on the enemy team, to counter like whatever pick I'm choosing, especially if I'm not very good at it. So it's very hard to deal with characters that you're just not experienced with, especially in an environment where there's a bunch of people who are very good with their characters and are probably playing the characters they like a lot. Obviously, everybody is switching characters and trying new people, but there's a lot of people too who just stick with people. I guess that's a big problem with this game, and it's probably always going to be a problem, is that people will choose a character they like and stick with them forever, like even if they're not useful. Like I think I've said in the Tracer videos, Tracer's useful, but there are maps where she's not useful, and there are people who are really good with Tracer, but they'll stick with her like throughout the whole time. Same thing with like Widowmakers and stuff. There's obviously different moments in a match where they are useful, but it's just there's times where she's not the greatest. So I just find that tough to deal with when you're trying a new character because you don't really know the ins and outs of them, right? You don't know, like, oh, if I try Hanzo, because I don't ever play Hanzo, I don't know if I'm picking him on like a bad situation, or if there's just really good snipers that are picking off Hanzo, or there's a Genji or something that's like just destroying me, you know, climbing up walls and just killing me and denying anything that I'm trying to do. And it just feels discouraging. The one redeeming factor is the game does have the versus AI mode, which is nice. You can turn on things like headshot only mode, which basically just means you can only kill people, the enemy team, with Hanzo, with headshots. And so that makes it to where you can kind of train and get better at like a character that, I mean, every character should be shooting for the head, but you can get better at like snipers specifically. And that's a very good thing to practice with too in general, because the AI are not as predictable as like the bots in the training mode. The training mode is nice if you're like really getting used to a character's abilities, but after a while you could just learn the patterns of the bots, and it would just be very easy to feel like you're getting good, but you're really just learning the patterns of the bots. And you know, there's no player kind of varied movement in it. Obviously, AI is also not representative of players. Like the AI is not switching with the strategic like plays that players are making over time. Obviously, like I don't think AI is gonna have like two Reinhardts protecting a Bastion on a point like the pro games, but you know, there's some advantages to practicing in there with a new character, and that's cool. I just wish that you could do it live with players. I mean, I guess I get that option is there, and that totally makes sense. It just sucks that you know, you're always, it feels like the game encourages you to pick new people because it's always saying next to the player choose, like the character selection screen, you know, pick a support hero, pick a sniper hero, and there's no more there, you need a builder, you know, there's not enough tank heroes or too many tank heroes, whatever it is. And it feels like it really encourages you to pick different people, but it doesn't really encourage you to like go practice with them. And so it feels like you should be able to just kind of play a character in a match and be fine. The problem is that you know, if you don't have enough time to learn them, especially on like attack maps or something where you don't really have like the opportunity to just play around a little bit, you need to just rush that defense point, or the point that you need to, you know, capture. So it's just hard to deal with those moments, and I don't really have advice for it. I mean, I guess just practice in the AI mode, you know, like kind of go against some of what the game is saying, I guess, but you know, the option's there. The other thing is that if you're playing with friends, obviously it's easier because you can kind of count on your friends and not like get totally mad at you for screwing up as Genji if you're trying to get used to Genji, because Genji is one of the hardest characters to play. It's tough to find a place a safer place to kind of get used to a character. Obviously, this gets easier over time as you start playing them a little bit more and more and more. You're going to get to the point where you're sort of comfortable, like on a baseline level with every character. I'm almost to that point. There's some characters I just definitely don't play. I don't play Widowmaker. I'm not very great with her. I will try to play her. But the other thing is like support classes, specifically for me. When I play support classes, I don't worry too much about not doing that great. Like, something about support classes are you can play them without feeling too bad about doing terrible. Like, I played Mercy, and like I have a video up now, and I'm not playing very well at all. I've gotten way better at Mercy, but it was having a lot of fun because like I don't know, just something about support characters, because you don't have to like make huge plays. They feel like they're easier to get into. So maybe that's my one advice if you don't play support, which is definitely not a popular thing. Like, people like to play the damage dealers. Try support, try Mercy, I'd probably say if you haven't played any of the supports first, play Lucio, because Lucio you don't really have to do much with him. He has sort of a higher skill cap, I guess, because you can get really good with wall riding with him and killing people. Like, he can actually kill people pretty well. Same thing with Mercy, but to a lesser extent. But yeah, you could get good with Lucio, but Lucio is easy to pick up. Like, he doesn't have to like be in line. He has to be in line of sight of people, but he doesn't have to like click on anybody. So you can kind of just be around people and just skate around and get used to the maps, which is also a good thing for any other character. Like, if you get used to where the little ins and outs of the maps are, that'll benefit when you're playing Hanzo or Widowmaker, because you'll know, like, hey, this other team has a Lucio. I know that he's going to be hanging out here because he's not going to get hit by like Farrah's rockets or whatever it is. So you can kind of learn more about the game. Just always be tentative of what's happening and like kind of be open to learning different sides of the game, because when you learn to play other characters, you're naturally going to be better at killing them because you're going to know where they hang out and what their abilities are, their limits, everything. So it's very useful to kind of widen your range of like characters that you're comfortable with, I guess, in general. I just wish there was a little bit better way of doing that in the game, or just like, I don't know. I don't know if there's a better way than the AI mode, but I just feel like I don't know. It's tough. I guess this is probably just a problem with just like the limitation of being a first-person competitive online game. It's going to be hard no matter what. The best thing I can say is just push through it. I mean, I've been pushing through it. I'm not good at Reinhardt. I trying to play him. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better, but sometimes you're just going to get bad team compositions. People who aren't willing to like push forward with you, specifically with Reinhardt. Obviously, like if you're playing an offensive character, a little bit easier to deal with when you're playing for the first time than like a tank. But yeah, it's always going to be tough. The best thing to do is just keep playing. Defeats are not the end of the world. The game is kind of catered to matchmake you to have at least sort of a 50-50 split on wins and losses. So you don't have to feel too bad when you lose a game. It's never like, I mean, it can be your fault in a way, but it's always going to be like a weird combination of many things. So it's hard to like specifically call like a player out on like, oh, you lost us the match. You can just you can kind of just say like, it's a weird various things, so it doesn't feel like it's on you only, because sometimes I get that feeling where it's like, oh god, I'm bad at this character, I'm gonna like screw up this entire game. But really, you probably won't, unless you're like a absolutely terrible tank and everybody's trying to like group up on you and you won't put your shield up or something really horrendous. But as long as you know the basics of a character, you're gonna be fine. But yeah, so that's kind of all I have to say about getting used to new characters. It's tough. It starts becoming an issue as you play longer, because you start feeling like you want to play different characters, and it's something you can get over, obviously, and also like there are going to be times where you like to play the characters you're usually good at, but just branching out is both important and also tough to do. So you should work as hard as you can to try to do it, because it definitely will benefit even the characters you're very good at. So I got a bunch more videos on the channel. I've got a couple ones on like support heroes, but I feel like I want to do more on support heroes because I feel like there's not enough people who play them. I want to do a little bit more on Lucio, because Lucio is a lot of fun, and his wall riding thing seems to be kind of stumping people. So I want to kind of explain that a little bit better and what it will get you, because it's very, very useful, especially now that not everybody's really good at it. So look out for videos like that in the future, and I'll see you in the next video.